Okay, wrapping up the season in North Dakota, down to a few of the last emu eggs and chicks hatching, and I'm just going to do a quick little video on what to do as far as the hatcher part when they hatch and my process of taking care of them. So we'll open it up and check one out. I got one that popped out this morning a little bit ago. I don't know, I wasn't here, so, but it's ready to come out. For the most part, it's dry. It's still a little wet, so it needs to be in there longer. But since I have time right now, I'm going to doctor it up a little bit and sext it so we know if this is a boy or a girl right away. So we're going to try to do this quick to get him or her back in there. And I'm not a professional YouTuber, so don't get mad at me. I'm just the emu guy. So, as soon as they hatch, and they're dry enough and able enough, I get them out. And we see where the umbilical basically was hooked up. We want to look at that, make sure it's not red, no infection, but also we want to use our iodine to make sure we don't have an infection, because you spent a lot of time just getting to this point. You don't want something dumb to happen. Also, I tape the legs. You want to tape them even with the side of their body. Painter's tape, green frog tape. Don't use the blue stuff. Don't use duct tape, any other kind of tape. Green frog tape, painter's tape is the only stuff to use. It keeps their leg in place, so when they're running in their brooder or wherever you have them, those legs are going to stay stable at their side, and they're not going to trip on whatever you have for flooring or other emu or anything else. Nothing's going to pull the leg to the side. You're not going to get splayed leg. It helps build strength. So over the next 1 to 2 weeks, they'll break out of this and they'll have real strong, healthy legs, and you won't have to worry about having a bad chick that you got to put down. Pull a decent piece. I wrap it around. I want to make sure it's tape to tape. I don't want nothing exposed. I always go from the top down too, so nothing, no stickiness is gonna hit the belly. And I get it really tight on this side. I leave it a little bit loose along the leg. And I gotta line up this other leg to where it should be even with the sides of the body, so it has a good platform to get up on and start getting strength. And I just do the same thing, and I'm really careful so this tape folds over. And there, I messed it up. So I'm just gonna fold this little edge over on the inside so there's nothing sticky that's gonna grab the little feathers and cause this thing distress. So, as far as the sexting, I see a lot of things. I mean, people do it wrong. I mean, the way I do it, I'm 100% accurate. Give me a second, I'm gonna try to get behind the screen just to make sure you guys can see everything that's happening here. Hold still. So, here we are, the business end. I'm probably gonna get poop all over my camera. Make sure you got them good. So, here's our chick, our legs, the head, we're on the bottom. Tail's right up on top here. So tail on top, thumb right below on the opposite end. So this tail part, I'm gonna lift up and pull back a little bit. Well, this thumb is gonna push down, which will make everything protrude, and we will see exactly what we are dealing with, okay? So, I'm pulling, a little poop. And of course that gets in the way. to ruin my shot. So that's in our way. So we got just trying to get in focus here. Just a little bit of stuff showing, and that's the confusing thing for a lot of people, is there was a little tiny spike, but that's not a male. This is a female. If the tip of that was white, looking more like a grain of rice, that's male. So a lot of times in the females, you don't even see that little tiny point. I mean, everything just looks more rounded, and that's female. This is female. I'm going to show it to you on some of my other birds. Right as soon as I get done with this video, I'm just going to make another one, and I'm going to show you some different stages of birds, basically. But it's the easiest thing to do right away as soon as they come out of the hatchery. Here is the other important thing. So the iodine. As soon as it hatches, it's looking good. We get it out here. We get our iodine. We get a cotton swab. We get that umbilical area nice and cleaned up, so we know we ain't gonna have any infection. And then this one's good to go back in the hatcher. Stay warm and dry off quite a bit more. That one's actually looking really good. It's probably only going to be in the hatcher for another hour or two, just kind of depending on my time. But that's really all there is to it. I'm going to do another video. We're going to sex some of the other ones, the older ones that I have, and we'll just kind of have a comparison. So anything you want to see, let me know in the comments.